It's a horrible show. Hey, what's up? My name is Tanner. Welcome back to the Horrorable Show. It's lovely to see you again. But I've already done this intro. Actually, I've done this whole video, but it totally sucked. So I'm kind of going back. If the edit looks pretty choppy, I really apologize. I'm so sorry. The whole lighting thing, the whole my life thing has been very much like this lately. How you doing? Which brings me to my sponsor today. The Horrorable Show is brought to you by crippling depression. Crippling depression is so easy that literally anything can do. So shout out to them. They're going to be sponsoring the whole series. But why am I really here? Why is this video going to be so different from what, if you're a fan of a lot of the previous videos that I put out on this channel, it's only been like 2 years. I got this book. It's by Mr. Bill Laws, and you can even say group of people. The lovely Kyle. What's up, Kyle? I'm so sorry. Handsome guy, and Jackie, who's just love. Let me tell you. But I met them through a mutual horror content creator. Their Patreon and their Discord has only been mad love, and it's been fantastic. Jackie is one of those people that I absolutely admire. Jackie brings out the best in people. It's a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to know both of y'all. They have a very awesome channel that they work on sometimes called Selective Attention. I will link it either, I think I'll link it right there. Last but not least, potato books. So you're bringing, why, for the love of God, are you talking about potatoes? I love potatoes. There's a couple things in life that I love: Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Angela Lansbury, and pizza, and then potatoes. In this book by Bill Laws, it will teach you how to grow potatoes. It will teach you how to cook them. It'll teach you the zodiac, how to put on a record. It will teach you how to stay away from scurvy, remove stains, puffy eyes, how to invest in an IRA and stocks and a 401k, and make coffee. So it will tell you all that stuff in alphabetical order. But yeah, so this book is going to be floating around. It's kind of like a sisterhood of the traveling pants, but with the potato book. So Jackie gave me two options. First one, I can keep it, or we can do the sisterhood of the traveling pants of potato book of Lord of the Rings Mordor. That sounded like a plan to me. Sammy is going to get this book next and embrace the magic and the majesty of this potato book. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to absolutely delete the first half. I'm here with Gil, Stovent, Kitchen Bones, and Kiki. Gil's going to do the music, like always. I'm going to do the other stuff. I'm going to be making some freaking bootleg ass chicken, like a mashed potato mozzarella stick things. They're really good though. They're really good. Thank you. I hope you like this video. Much love. It's been a long time. Jesus. All right. We're gonna start. So what I have some chicken breast. It's very thinly sliced. I feel like this cooks the most even. Super cheap. I got this for less than $5. So we got our chicken back. We are gonna talk about some oils, right? So I like to use a nice neutral oil. I like avocado. They say it's better for you in a weird ass way, so that's what I use. You can use your standard like canola oil or vegetable oil, but I will say you want to check out the different smoke points of your oil. You'll be like, dude, what the hell's a smoke point? So if you're going to use something like an olive oil or an extra virgin olive oil, the higher temperature that you use, pretty much anything over 350 degrees, something called smoke point. It can't handle it. Like butters and other things. There's still milk solids in the butter along with the fat. What those do, they tend to burn, and they tend to get brown, and they tend to get bitter. Sometimes you'll have a brown butter sauce, which is butter right before the milk solids start to burn. So what we want an oil with a high smoke point. So let's use that. I just want to get this stuff wet. I want the seasoning to stick to it. It's gonna help kind of give it the crust. What do they call it? The fond? Kiki wants to eat the chicken. So next up is the seasoning, and a good rule of thumb for this, at least for me, is that I am gonna use a teaspoon of everything here, but the chipotle chili powder. Having it be the chipotle chili powder is pretty important. Regular chili powder is gonna be kind of bitter and not great eats. All of these are gonna be a teaspoon. I'm gonna eyeball them, except for this. This is gonna be 2 teaspoons. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a teaspoon of salt. I'm using table salt, so I'm gonna use less. If you're using kosher salt tends to be a little less salty. That's why you kind of see people using that in the cooking a bit. But I'm using table salt because it's all I have. Table salt, of course, has iodine to help prevent clumping. But most of the time, if you have your table salt open, give it like 3 weeks and there's gonna be no more iodine in it. To tell you the truth, it all evaporates. All right, so next I'm gonna do my chipotle chili powder. I'm gonna throw that in there. Next I have some ground cumin, a teaspoon. The next step I added was a little bit of crushed red pepper. And you kind of want to be careful with this. Don't be heavy-handed or you will light yourself up. Not sure if I mentioned the garlic powder. We did that. Teaspoon. Onion powder. That's our next thing. Description, I'm gonna just name all these. It's really not too complicated. Last but not least, we got a little bit of oregano leaves. And of course, if you got fresh ingredients, of course I've got dried. It's probably gonna turn out a whole lot better, but use what you got. That's a big thing. I would be a little less heavy-handed with this one as well, because it can be a little bit overpowering. Just wanna let you know. If you got fresh cracked black pepper, that's the way to go. A teaspoon of black pepper as well. And what I did, I added a little extra glug of avocado oil, just so I can kind of loosen up those spices in the bag. But what it's gonna do, it's gonna roll up on a nice red kind of tinge. That's normal. That's kind of what you want. That's kind of what you're looking for. And so you see that? So in the bag, you're gonna get a nice little tinge to that. And seriously, you can let this marinate. Do it for a day if you want to do it in the morning, and then take it out at night for dinner. So you really don't have to let it marinate for real, because I'm not going to. All I'm gonna do is kind of skewer this and then put it in the oven. And that's what I recommend. You know, this works great for the grill. If you get a screaming hot cast iron pan, being that these are so thin, you can cook them up really quick. They don't dry out. All right, so real talk. This might be the dumbest thing that you've ever seen, but you're like, Tanner, why the hell did you do this? Well, my logic here is that I don't have a rotisserie. Let's say if you had your chicken kind of sitting in its own steam, it's gonna have a hard time getting to sear or kind of crust on the outside of the chicken. And that's kind of what you want, man. I don't think it's gonna be hot enough in the oven to really create a crust on the bottom. I want kind of heat to hit it all directly. I got my oven preheating to 450 degrees. Can cook chicken breast low and slow. But have you ever had chicken that was tender but still dry? Do you know what I'm talking about? You'd be like, man, this is really tender, but it's still like, you know how like Hawaiian punch? You can drink a whole lot of Hawaiian punch and that shit is still dry. I'm like, bro, I need another drink. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So I always recommend if you're cooking chicken breast, you want high heat. Like if you're cooking it on the grill, you'd want to get those bad boys seared, and then you want to go ahead and take them on. Cook high heat for a short amount of time. So lucky enough, what I did earlier this week, I hung out with my pops, and he actually had baked potatoes. He cooked some on the grill, which was nice and clutch. This is already cooked. That's half the battle. Peel it for the most part. You know, it all depends if you're not a fan of the skin, which, dude, I eat everything on the potato. I am a freaking monster. Just at eating. Just at eating. So what we want to do, we want to mash this up. So what I have here, this is kind of like a cheese grater. I know this is an unnecessary step. You know, you can smash it with your hands, but I kind of feel fancy when I use this. So I'm going to use this one. So I'm grating up this potato, and they always say on the cooking shows, they're like, tell a story about your life. When I was like 6 or 7, I have a brother that's like a year and a half older than me. When we were trick-or-treating, this dude that we were trick-or-treating with, we really didn't know him too well, but he ended up having an issue and he pooped in his trick-or-treat bag. Yeah, I think about that a lot. You know, weird childhood. You guys have weird childhoods? You know, did you ever poop in a trick-or-treat bag? And then he was like, do you still like me? We were like, yeah, man, you didn't shit in our trick-or-treat bag. Alright, I'm using my dual cameras over here. Continuously apologize if this audio quality gets very garbage, but because my phone is acting up. What I'm going to do, I got a tablespoon of some melted butter, salted butter. And for real, this is the part of the recipe where you could really add and subtract what you like. So I got some melted butter. Some people will put a little bit of sour cream in there, get that texture nice and velvety. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder because that's how I roll. Maybe a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of black pepper. So what I did, I set the oven to about 17 minutes. Look at that chicken's gonna get nice. It's getting nice and caramelized on the top. I'm gonna keep on cooking that. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted what the total cooking time is. Got my mashed potatoes, and let me tell you, some milk and heavy cream or sour cream, whatever you like. It really goes a long way. However you like your perfect mashed potato, I would go for that. 2 eggs, about to make an egg wash. And then I got these Italian style breadcrumbs. So these are what's gonna kind of give the mozzarella stick crunch towards the end. Just a little lump of potato. I got some string cheese. I'm going to put a very small piece of mozzarella cheese in there. Hit it with the egg wash. Hit it with the breadcrumbs. And then we're going to fry these up. Alright, so we're almost there. I got my little potato children. I got my oil heating up. The stove, it's on 7. If you have 7 or more to medium, slightly kissing medium-high heat. And we are actually almost there. I'm gonna try not to stick my face into the freaking oil, but a good rule of thumb is lightly douse your finger just a little bit, like less than a drop. If you drop it in there, it's gonna have a little reaction. That's a good time. If it starts dancing, then you know that you're close. So I got my little thermometer right here. What I'm looking for is 325. Go ahead and put them in my spoon, and I'm gonna slowly. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna crank the heat up a little bit, because anytime that you put something in boil, what's it gonna do? It's gonna drop that temperature, and it's gonna do it really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up my oil a little bit, because we want a consistent, because if the oil gets too low, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have a lot of the oil is gonna get absorbed by that breading that you got. And some greasy ass food, and you don't want that. You just want the crispness, you want the flavor. Look at these bad boys. These are really turning out quite nice. You always just want to keep them. A lot of the time, if you got your oil temperature high, let's keep them moving. Mine are really very misshapen because I'm a moron. But what I really want to do, I want to make sure that all the sides are evenly cooked. Alright, so right now we're looking at our chicken. Got it in the oven. I'm going to check the fattest part of this chicken with my meat thermometer and see where we are. There we go, look at that. Let's get it more into the light here. Oh yeah. So what we're looking for the nice little light crunch. Alright, so we're almost done. I'm about to plate this bad boy up. And don't forget, these are gonna be molten lava hot, bro. Alright, so I kinda got my little kebab thing ass. Oh shit, yeah, maybe we could do it like that. Alright, so I'm gonna take off a couple pieces of chicken. Alright, so that's good enough for me right now. Is it a beautiful plate presentation? Hell to the no. But it's going to be tasty. I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah, let me try one of these jokers. I'm going to probably end up burning my face off, but it's alright. It's much love. It's kind of like a mashed potato mozzarella stick. Straight from Bootleg, Italy, with some bootleg ass chicken, but you can't go wrong. It's delicious, and I feel like isn't food the language of the world? I heard that somewhere. I hope you guys had fun. Pickups are next. Yeah. Thanks. Finally, we conclude to the pickups part of this video. I always like to preface anytime I get some pickups or if I show you guys stuff, it's not about what you have or what you don't have. It's not about what classics you've seen or haven't seen. And it's not about what format you collect. None of that crap matters, you know. I'm just glad you're here. Glad to be here. Glad that you're present. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but let's get into it. So I got this Warner Archive, and this is got mad glare. So this is Angus. So this is a Warner Archive. A lot of time they're burn on demand. And if you grew up a fat kid like me, man, Angus, that's some pretty tough. Between Heavyweights and Angus, pretty important movies to me. You got George C. Scott. He's great in this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen this. It used to come on TNT all the time. TBS? TBS. Right here we got, from Mondo Macabro, we got The Fan. And I keep on hearing amazing things about this. So this is so it's a German, I believe it's a stalker film, obsession film. Really into those, really into the creepy factor. I really like Mondo Macabro. I feel like people sleep on them a lot of the time. And this is dual, this is DVD, and then region free Blu-ray. So yeah, I really like Mondo Macabro. Really looking forward to this. 1982 from Germany. All right, next, and we got some Fulci. Some Fulci I actually haven't watched yet. And that's a lizard in a woman's skin. Now here, this one is a little bit more, so 1971. So it's probably not like full-on giallo-y, but it's probably fairly strange. So a lot of time with Fulci, it's probably more of your like abstract. Really interested in this one. Like I said, 1971, Italian, Spain, France. Oh, and this one was amazing. So this is a steelbook I got a little while back. This is the Studio Canal release of Saint Maud. And if you like slow burn, like religious-esque thrillers, this movie's fantastic. It really is. I really need to rewatch it because it's been a while. I remember this movie took so long to come out. Keeks coming up. It took so long to come out that I'd never thought it was actually one of the reasons where I bought a region-free Blu-ray player, because this didn't come out in the States for like a year. Yeah, this is region B. But yeah, a cool little steelbook. I'm not huge on steelbooks, but this one was too good to pass up. Saint Maud, highly recommend that one. Here's a new one, a newish one. The Father. I keep on hearing amazing things about this one. Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman. Always think of her from Hot Fuzz, but she's so much more than that. Was she in The Favorite? That was a good one, actually. The Favorite was great. But yeah, really looking forward to this. They think it kind of comes off as like a family drama, but I know it's like a thriller. So really looking forward to that. The Grindhouse Releasing put out this amazing, I'd never heard of this movie before. It's called Death Game, and this is from I know it's from the 70s. I'm not sure what year. 77. You might have seen the Eli Roth movie Knock Knock, which is actually a remake of this film. But yeah, I kept on seeing that whenever Grindhouse Releasing puts out a release, they're really freaking good. And they really take so much care in the movie and the extras. And this actually comes with a completely other movie along with it, that's kind of in the same vein. I don't want to say it's a TV film, so it actually doesn't even say the extra movie on the back of the case, but it's one you get into the special features. I keep on forgetting what it's called, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I think the ending's a little abrupt, but you know, that could just be my taste. Highly recommend anything that Grindhouse Releasing puts out. I have their copy of The Beyond. I also have the Cat in the Brain Fulci film. Yeah, highly recommend everything they touch. Turns to gold. Great release. Great booklets. Great booklets. And yeah, so I already have the Dawn of the Dead 4K, the box set, even though I'm not 4K yet. Surprising. But I did have to, I really wanted to watch it, so I went out and got the Blu-ray, the Region B Blu-ray set from Second Sight. Dawn of the Dead is my favorite movie. If you don't know that about me, it is. Yeah. It's really the first movie I saw that really got me into other movies, really got me into kind of satire and kind of, you know, subtext a little bit. When you watch Dawn of the Dead, it's not really, it's pretty in your face about it, but just like every other kind of zombie movie now. And that's the only bad thing. I think a lot of the zombie movies today kind of cheapen this one, just because it's been done a million times. But man, I freaking love this movie. I can't tell you how many times I've watched this movie. It is pretty unbelievable. Yeah. So this has all the cuts, all the special features. If you're gonna shell out money for anything, I would say get the set. It's the definitive set that you can find. If you're 4K, go ahead and get the 4K set because it is region free. I would even recommend getting a region free Blu-ray player if you're a big fan. And that's it, y'all. That's all I got for you today. Thank you again for watching. If you like the Horrorable Show, if you want to join the Horrorable Show, hit the subscribe and hit that like. If you want to drop a comment, what you've been picking up lately. You got any critiques, throw them in the comments. Maybe we'll answer some in the next video. I'm hoping to do that. You know, if you got any questions, I'll answer a couple of them in the next video, and I'll just keep on doing that. But yeah, if you don't like the Horrorable show, what you can do, you just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button too, because that shows me as well how much you hate it. And yeah, thank you so much. And again, big thanks to Jackie. Really got me out of my little funk that I was in to make a video. So that's cool. Tell people you love them, give people hugs. Don't be horrible like us. Thanks.
Mr.